Freshworks, an Indian SaaS startup, turned 500 of its employees into millionaires overnight after it got listed on the NASDAQ last year. ESOPs, or employee stock option plans, have been a topic of a lot of conversation lately. So what is ESOP really? What are we talking about now? Why are we talking about it now? And what are the implications for founders building businesses today? Hi, my name is Rishab Malik. I am previously co-founder of Droom, an online automobile marketplace that recently became a unicorn. I am an angel investor across a few dozen startups and sit on the boards of 6 to 8 early to growth stage companies. I am currently a venture partner at Jungle Ventures, and I'm here to talk to you today about ESOPs. What percentage of equity should be in your ESOP pool, and what percentage of your company should you be allocating to your employees? Typically, we have seen that early stage companies will allocate anywhere from 5 to 15% in ESOPs, but startups can always increase this ESOP pool as they grow and as they raise more capital. Sometimes in subsequent rounds of financing, investors will carve out an additional allocation for the ESOP pool to make sure there are employees who are incentivized for the growth of the business. But how do ESOPs typically work, right? An ESOP comes with a vesting period and a cliff. A vesting period is how long it takes for an individual's shares to be allocated to them over the course of their employment. Typically, this number is 3 to 4 years. What is a cliff? A cliff, or a lock-in, is the amount of time an employee needs to stay before the ESOP kicks in and they start to accumulate those options. So a vesting schedule indicates that employees will get their shares over time and not all at once. And a vesting cliff essentially is the period of time where there is no vesting, but the benefit will become fully vested when the specified time frame or the cliff is hit. Nominal strike price at which the shares are allocated to the employees. As mentioned before, these are options to own shares in the business, and to strike the option, there is a nominal price associated with it. Typically, the guidance is that ESOPs have a 4-year vesting period, a 1-year cliff, and there are generous discounts or a preset, very cheap strike price is given to employees to make ESOPs affordable. For example, your company has issued 1 million shares and 10% of that is allocated to ESOPs. So you have 100,000 shares to distribute among your employees. Let's say you hire a CTO and give him or her 1% ESOP when he or she joins the company. That's 1,000 shares at a strike price of $1. This may be and should be significantly lower than the current share price of your startup. Let's say, for the purpose of this example, the market price is $5. As the company grows, the price of the shares go up, and let's say in 5 years, the price of one share is $100. So the value of shares that you gave your CTO went up to 1,000 into 100, which is $100,000 in 5 years. Why are we talking about this now? In the past, startup founders preferred to wait for an exit event, such as an IPO or a trade sale, like an IPO, to realize the upside on the value of their shares. Freshworks, an Indian SaaS startup, turned 500 of its employees into millionaires overnight after it got listed on the NASDAQ last year. 76% of the company's employees own shares. With Nika, the top 6 employees of the company are estimated to have made approximately $100 million of value each through their shareholding and ESOPs in the company. Even food delivery app Zomato, which had an ESOP pool of $745 million at the time of its IPO, has now more than doubled to $1.5 billion in value only for that ESOP pool. However, today a lot of startups have started implementing the buyback programs. ESOP buyback program is one that allows all employees to sell a portion or all of their vested stocks back to the company at regular intervals, increasing pre-IPO and liquidity events through the process. As in the previous example shared, the CTO would not necessarily need to wait for an IPO to happen to release or to liquidate that $100,000 worth of holdings. Instead, could make that money as part of an ESOP buyback. So this is getting pretty real now, as you can see. Employee communication, explanation of how these ESOPs work is very, very essential in any startup for this to be effective and beneficial to the company. So, as a founder, what do you do as you think about ESOPs? Number one, you commit to it. You start early, you include investors in the discussion, and treat it as an important item in your budget, right? As mentioned earlier, a range between 5 and 15% seems quite common to carve out as an ESOP pool. 4-year vesting, 1-year cliff. The vesting after the cliff can be monthly or quarterly. We've seen both. Start small. Have regular ESOP buyback programs to keep your employees motivated. That liquidity is a great signal. Allow more money to the ESOP as you grow, and continue to add more to your employee stock option pool as your company scales. If you enjoyed this content, please like our channel, let us know comments and ideas for other videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.